Hello guys, welcome to my channel AU Records. In this tutorial, we are going to be designing this beautiful admin dashboard. As you can see, we have our sidebar, we have our navbar, we have our call it our cards, we have our progress bar, we have our charts, and we have our basic table here. It's all our datas. So I hope you'll be excited about this one because this is a beautiful admin. You can learn how to design this and also use it for your project. Okay guys, let's get into it. Scroll down to terminal and new terminal. You can see the shortcut Ctrl Shift. You can also use Ctrl Shift. So to create an application in React, what you need to just do here is to just type npm create vite at latest. Click on enter. And so see, you can read what it's saying. You need to install the following packages. Create Vite at 5.5.3. So set click on OK to proceed. Sorry, click on Y to proceed. So you tap on Y and click enter. So it's already creating our application for us. So it's asking us to type our project name. Type our project name. What do you want to call it? Let's call this one admin dashboard. Let me do this admin dashboard. So here is asking us which application do we want to use. We want to use React. So you click on your down key and click on enter. Okay, it hasn't selected it. So you click on enter. So now it's asking us which programming language do you want to use. We're using JavaScript. So you just scroll down and select JavaScript and click on enter. So now it's telling us to cd into admin dashboard. So you just type cd admin dashboard. Okay, we're in admin dashboard. So what you need to do next is just see what it's saying. Look at this here. It's asking us, you can see my cursor here. It's asking us to install all the application we need. So for you to do that, you just type npm install. Okay, so we wait for our application to be installed. Then the next step is for us to type npm run dev. Okay, right now our application is fully installed. So what we need to do now, like I told you before, is just to type npm run dev. Okay, this is what we need to see our application in our browser. So you just copy this, Ctrl C, and go over to your browser. So you paste it, Ctrl V, and click on enter. Okay, right here is our application. You see it? So what we are going to do now is to delete everything we are seeing here so that we can work with a blank page. So let's go over to our VS Code. Okay, so all these things, we go into our source folder. We're going to delete several files here. We're going to delete let's go into our public. This logo will go, so let's delete it. Okay, let's check now. Let's refresh our page. See, that logo has gone. So we're going to look for all other files to delete. So this one in our assets, this logo too needs to go. So we go to our app.js. Go to our app.js to, because we did an import of that logo here. So we need to, since we've deleted them, we need to remove them. Okay. Okay. So we've deleted all those stuff. So now we can start working with a blank page. So let's go to our main.js. So this our index.css, we need to delete it. This is a global style, we don't want to use it. We can create it ourselves later. All this one files here, we need to delete it. Okay, then we'll go to our app.css. This is it, it was imported here. We also need to delete it. Okay. Okay, so let me show you something real quick. Let's go into our index.html. You can see this Vite React. Let's change it to what we want. Let's call it admin dashboard. Okay, let's go and check it. You see what I'm trying to show you there. You see it here, it has changed to admin dashboard. Even this logo, we can also change it. You can bring an SVG logo of our own and change it, probably a admin logo or something. We can replace it, but let's just go for that. Another, for this video not to be too long. Okay, now that we have done all those, we can proceed with our application now. So let's go into our index.html. Okay, we're right here in our index.html. We are going to, let me just first of all create an element. Let me create a page. Normally in React, your file structure, you put your files in your source folder. This is your source folder, this is a folder. You can see all these things that are inside assets. So now we want to create a folder inside of this. So we just all this, we say new folder. Let's call this pages. Click on enter. So let's create an home page in the pages folder. Now we are creating an home page. So we are going to use a folder. I want to create a folder. So we say home. Click on enter. So inside this home, I want to create a file. That is our components. So we say with capital letter, components are created with capital letter. Home.jsx. Okay, then we create our CSS file. In this tutorial, we are going to be using Sass. So let's just install Sass. Let's install Sass. So what you do is npm install Sass. SAS. Click on enter. We are also going to be using React Router DOM to route our components. So just type npm install React Router DOM. Click on enter. So our package is being installed now. Okay. So what we do next is we can now use our SAS. So I've created a component in this home folder. Now let me create the CSS file. So what you do is you say home.scss. Click on enter. Okay, now let's go into our home component. You can use a short snippet. Just type RA. Let me zoom this in so that I can see what I'm doing very well. Better. What I just type here is RAFCE. It gives you a boilerplate for your components. For you to see this, you can come here. These are where you need to install an extension in order to do that. You see it here, ES7. This is the extension you need to install. ES7 React snippet. Yeah, that's the extension you need to install in order to use that code snippet, that short code, to get a boilerplate. You get. So let's go back to our work. Okay, what do you want to do? First of all, you can decide the font style you want to use in your application. In this particular application, we are going to be using Roboto as our font. So this is how you get your font. Let me first of all show you our index.html file. This is it, our index.html file. So you can see in normal JavaScript, what we have is a doc type HTML, vanilla JavaScript, but React is more like an engine that runs on the virtual DOM. You understand? React takes the code and renders it on the DOM. There's a machine that does that. This is the raw DOM. So if you scroll down now, you see what you have here is you have a div. This is your root component that is being rendered inside the DOM. You can see what we have is saying ID root. Let me show you something. Take note of this ID root, because so that you just grasp this thing very easy. This is the body in normal web documents. This is the structure, doc type HTML. This interprets to the web browser that we are using a doc type of HTML. You specify the language, and the structure is, after that you have two tags, head and body. You understand? Then above it you have, okay, let's say after this doc type, the next tag is HTML, which is the parent. Inside this HTML, see it here, HTML. At the bottom here you have HTML. So I just want you to understand this. Just follow me. You have head and body. This body is what displays. This body is what displays in your browser. You see, the other time in the head we have title. That was where we changed our title, that we now had admin dashboard. You see, I changed it from React VAT to admin dashboard. Okay, inside this body, sorry, inside this head, we have our meta tags. This one interprets to the browser, to understand what the language is. This is a link. So now for us to decide our font, we have to go to Google Font. Just follow me on this. we have to go to fonts.google.com. Enter that. Okay, now we can search for the font we want to use. What font do we want to use? We want to use Roboto. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so now you see here it's saying get font. So click on get font, get the code, embedded code. We want to use the code in our browser. Click on it. Now this is the code you are going to copy. Just copy this. You see this copy button here? Click on it. Go back to your VS Code. Under this link you are having here, under this link, just click on enter and paste that code there. Ctrl V. Okay, that's it. Then we have one more thing to do. Or before I do that, let me first of all, let's just, so that you see the changes real time, what I'm doing actually. So let's go to our app.js. Let's go to our app.js, which is our root folder. So all this thing here, we are going to delete it. Let me zoom out so I can do this. Okay, everything here we are going to delete them. We don't need them. Everything inside our div. I'm going to delete it. So what we do here now is we are going to call our home component. So how do we do that? Or first of all, let's import this. Let's import our browser router. Let's import our browser router first of all. The way you do that is just you type. But let me take you to the site so you see it yourself. React, so you can just visit it yourself. React router done. Well, let me use Google. So Google will bring it out for us. React. Okay, this is it here. React router done. Yeah, this is it. This is what we are looking for. React router done. Okay. Okay, you can see we already installed it. npm install React router done. Okay, see it here. I think I really don't know which version this is, but you see, import create browser router provider. This is the latest version, but I'm going to use the previous version for this my tutorial because they keep updating the versions periodically. This is the latest version, but I just needed to show you where to get the code. There's a website where you can go and see the code, but since I already know it, let me just use. So what you need to do here is there's a component called browser router. See it here, browser router. So we import it. We can import it. Okay. We can import it. So look at it here, it's already here. Import browser router from React router done. Okay. So what next we want to do? We have another component called routes. Okay. So let's also import that. Okay, route from React Router DOM. Click on it. It's already in here. Then we have another component called route without an S. Then this one will be self-closing. Okay, from React Router DOM. Let's shift this. Okay, so now I want to bring in our component. How do you do that? It's going to be a home component. It has some, this route takes some properties. It takes a property called path. Okay, so what we do here, we just say slash. This will serve as our home. Then we have another property called element. Our curly braces. Then we bring in our component. What component are we trying to bring? We're trying to bring in our home component. So let's import it. Now we already have an home component. See it from pages. It's already here. This is it. Import home from pages, home folder, home component. That's simple. Okay. So now you use this keyword. You have to use this keyword exact, because if you create another component, if you use the slash, it's going to see only home. But any what this, okay, let me don't go ahead. Let's just use the key. When we come to that point, I'll let you know the importance of this exact. But make sure you use this keyword exact, so that anytime you hit local, anytime you hit your own page, it's going to reference this home element. Okay, now let's now go to home and write out something which I wanted to show you. So let's just do um hello world. Let's go to our browser. You see it here, hello world. But from what I see, there's a default styling rendering our component in the middle. So we have to go and delete that stuff. We have to find it and delete it. You can see our font. You see how our font is. You see the way our font is. That's what I wanted to show you. See the way our font now does not have any style. Very soon this font is going to pick up a style that we are going to import from, that we imported from Google Fonts. So let's go back. Okay, we need to find that style. That is I think it's app.css. This is what is giving our application style. This one now, we are going to delete it. Everything, we are going to delete this app.css. We don't need it. So you delete that file. Then you go to your index app.js and go and delete the file, because it has been imported, so that our code will not break. If you refresh now, we see, okay, our code didn't break. That's okay. So but okay, I think app.css, okay, let me see. Okay, it's here, it hasn't been deleted, so let's delete it. I'm surprised the code didn't break anyway. Okay, we deleted it. So now you see our application is no more taking any style. Everything is, now we have zero margin, zero padding. Everything has stacked normally. So now let's continue from where we were. So let's go back to our Google font. So after we've pasted this code, next thing we need to do, let's go and take the font. We need to use a font. Let's use this. Let me see. Let's use this one. Let's use Roboto, the first one. Ctrl C. So let's go and paste it. So now you go to your index.html, and inside you create a style component. Let's do it above this title. Okay, you create a style component. So it's okay. So yeah, so here you just type star, because you want this star means everything in your browser will take this star. We are not specifying any elements. When you use that notation, that star notation, I saying whatever style I'm putting here, let it affect everything in my browser. Understand? So you just let's paste it. Control V. Okay, so we are going to fix this. This is already what we've taken. I'm going to remove this. Remove this, and that's fine now. So let's go and see our style. You see our style has picked up by now. You see it, our style has changed. You see it's different from what we had before. Okay, so now let's proceed. So in this tutorial, what exactly do we want to do? Yep, so let's go to our app.js and start building. Okay, no, not our app.js. Let's go to our own page and start building. Okay, let me first of all do this. Let's visit our own page. Here's our own page. Yep, so just take note. If you do slash, it's still going to give us our own page. So by the time we have another page, I'll show you what I mean, so you understand the importance of that word exact when we're routing our components, the one we used in our route component. So let's go straight to what we are here for. Let's go to home. Okay, now what do we want to do? This is our parent div. What do we want to do? We are not using this hello world. We are going to call this we're going to give this a class name of home. Okay, and inside this we are going to have a component. First of all, let's go and build that component. So what we do now is we go to our assets. Let's create a folder. We call it components. Inside that folder, I'm going to create another folder. We call it sidebar. And just put small letter sidebar. Okay, inside this sidebar, we're going to create our component, but this time it's going to be a file. So we say capital letter, take note, as I told you before, sidebar dot gsx. Then we create another one inside this sidebar. Make sure you hover on it and right click, then you create another file. Call it sidebar dot scss. So you're going to see how scss works now. So let's go into our components and use our snippets. RAFCE. Okay, so we're going to give this a class name of sidebar. Okay, now we've created this sidebar. What we are going to put inside the sidebar, because we have to create this component, we are going to import it in our own page, and you see what is going to be displayed. So inside this sidebar is going to be divided into 3 sections. we're going to create 3 div. Let's do dot top, click on enter. So let's create another one, call this one dot center, then dot bottom. Create another div, call it, we give you a class name of bottom. So this is a short way of writing your tags and giving it a class name at the same time. So when you are using the div, so dot bottom. I hope you're understanding all I'm doing here. Very simple. I'm teaching you in a layman's way. I'm not writing anything over your head. Every bit of step I'll put you through so you understand what we are doing. So inside this top, we are going to have a span. So what you do is dot span. Click enter. So we are going to let's just call this e admin, e, because my name is Ehi. So let me just use my nickname Eyo admin. So in your own case, you can be specific to yourself. Okay, we have that. Okay, I think there's an error here. What we should do is span dot logo. Yeah, better. This is how you create a span tag with a class name of logo. So what we are going to put here is Eyo. Let me do everything, or let me just do this so that I can teach you how to change your letters to uppercase. Eyo admin. Okay, so in the next one, this is our second div here, center. We're going to have a UL tag. Inside that UL, we're going to have several LIs. So this UL, what you see is unordered list, and we have ordered list. So please, just what you do is go to your Google, type ordered list in HTML. Understand? It's an HTML element. Just type ordered list and read about it. We have two types. We have OL, ordered list, and we have UL. What we're using here is unordered list. So I don't want this to be too long. I can't teach all those. Okay, now you duplicate, use your Shift Alt with your down button. You're going to have several lists. So we are going to give, let me see. We're going to give inside this, inside each of these lists, we're going to have a span tag. Let's just do, the first one is going to be inside this span, we're going to write dashboard. Okay, so let's check our browser. Okay, we have not imported our sidebar, so let's import our sidebar into our home page. Now let's go to our home page. Let's bring in our sidebar. This is it. Okay, so I think it should show now. This is it. This is our logo. This is the top element, the center element, and the bottom. We've not written anything, but I quickly want to show you something. Yeah, under this sidebar we're going to have another div. We call that one home container. Okay, so now we have, let's just type home here. So now we have, take note, we have the parent div, which is home, and we have two children inside it, which is sidebar, and this div, the class name of home container. So now let's go to our home CSS and give this a star so we can see something here. So this is our home component, this is our star. So we gave it the class of home. So what we just do here is, just type home, that's the class name. So we do this and we do display flex. Take note, let me first of all show you. You see they are vertically now. These are the two components. This, let me okay, no, let me just do this. These are the two components. This is one, this is our sidebar, all this, and this is the second component where I typed home. Are you following? Yeah. So we're going to do, what is this? We're going to do a display of flex. Display flex. I really want to stop that thing. Okay, so let's go and check. Display flex. We have two inside of it. Let's check our home. Okay, we've not imported our star. What we are supposed to do first of all is to say import, then use your quotes, then dot slash. Let me zoom in. Okay, import home dot scss. See what we're importing here. This is what we're importing, not that. See it, home.scss. We're importing it into our home component. Yeah, so you end it with a semicolon. So now you see that the style has picked. You see it is now horizontal, no more vertical. We use, what we use there is flexbox. Flexbox, there are a lot of languages you can write with flexbox, which is way better, but I just want to show you something now. I want to divide the two components. So what we do is that we go to our sidebar, or first of all let me work with my home.css since we're already there. Okay, let me take it from here. Okay, inside our home, remember our home div, we have two divs, sidebar and the second div with the class name of home container. So in SCSS, we have more like a DOM tree relationship, that is mother and child relationship. When you are styling, for the fact that you have that home container div inside the div with the class name of home, you are going to write the style inside the home div. You understand? So just understand the concept. So what you do now is home container. Okay, what do you want to do? Want to give it a flex of 6, flex 6. Well, that's the size we want to give it. I want to give it a background color of, let's give it a background color of blue. Okay, so let's go to our sidebar component. Okay, in our sidebar component, we gave it a class of sidebar. So let's go and style that. Let's give it a, say sidebar. Okay, so we give it a flex of 1 and give it a background color of pink. So you see the sizes they are taking now. Background color of pink. Let's just use this one. Let's go and check. Okay, this is not picking yet because we have not imported. I don't know why I'm forgetting this. Let's go to our sidebar component and import our style. So this is how you import your style, just as we did with the home page. Let's say import and use your quotation dot slash sidebar dot scss, end it with a semicolon. So that's that will pick now. You can see it. So we have divided. This is how we want the size to be. This is how I want to share. So I'm noticing I'm having a margin here, which I'll still fix. That margin is coming from somewhere. Let me just do this. Let me go to our, okay, yeah, this is where I want to go to. No, so let me go to our index.html, yeah, and give this a margin 0. Margin 0. So let me see if that's good. Okay, you can see the space we had has wiped because we are using the star indicator, the star notation. Sorry, this the proper word is the star selector. We have different selectors to select elements in our browser. So now the star select every element in the browser. So when you use the star, it applies to every element. So now we are saying margin 0. We initially had a margin at the edges, but now they are out because we gave it a margin of 0. So now let's proceed. So you can see these styles. You can see the size we have given this and the size we are giving this. So we are already beginning to design our dashboard. I just wanted you to see the sizes. Let's proceed. Okay, let's go to our sidebar and start designing. So we gave this a, okay, let's remove those background color first so we can work clean. So we go to our home.css and remove this one too. Yeah, okay, let's go to our sidebar now. Please permit me for making this video long. I just need to teach you guys every step of it. Once you can follow this video, you've already started your beginner's journey to React.js. That's simple. So don't mind the video is being too long, it's for your good. So now we're in the sidebar. Let's go to the component. Okay, so right here in the component, you see, take note, this is we divided our sidebar into three sections, which is top, center, and bottom. Bottom, you differentiated them with their class name. So we are going to inside our sidebar now and style the top. We're going to style the top. So I'm also going to give it a background color so that we see what we are doing. Yeah, so the div is top and the span is logo. So let's just first of all go and style the top. So we say top, which is inside the sidebar, dot top, So we say display flex. We want to use flexbox to center the logo inside the top div. We say display flex. Align items center. Okay, do you know what we do? Let me do this. So I want you to understand what I'm doing. Let me first of all give it a background color. I'll give it background color of this. You see? Now, this is what we have here. So I'm going to give it a height first of all. Height 50px. 50px. You can see it now. Height 50px. Okay. What I want to do here, I want to center this AU admin. I want to center it. So take note of what's going to happen now. So I've set display flex, align items, center. This is designing in the browser, so you see everything I'm doing. Justify, content, center. Now look at it. You can see it as centered. Now let's style this AO admin, and we gave it that is inside the span element, the span tag, and that span tag is inside the top. Let me show you. So see it. The span tag is inside the top div, the div with the class name of top. So it's inside this top div that you're going to style the span. So you understand how SCSS works. So we are going to go inside the top div and we do give it a class of logo. That's what we gave it, logo. So we give it a size, font size of 40px. Let's try 40px. No, let's do 30px. Font size 30px. Let's check it. See, it's bigger now. Let me see, is it too big? Let's give it 20px and see how that goes. It's looking too big. Okay, this is fine. Or let's say 25px. 25px is okay. So let's give it a color of white. Okay, let's give it a font weight of bold. Font weight of bold. Okay, that's nice. So finally, let's change the background color of this one. Let's use Rebecca purple. This is better. Okay, that height of 50px, I'm looking at increasing it. Let's do height 80px. Let's see. Is it not picking? Sidebar. Wait, it's picking now. 80px. Let's see. Okay, this is better. I prefer this 80px. No, let's do 50px. Let me just do 50px for a reason. So our style will look appropriate. Let's just maintain that 50px. Okay, what next? What next? Okay. Okay, what we have next is our inside our sidebar. What we have next is center. Sorry, you need to put dots here when you're styling. Center. Okay. Inside our center, we have UL. UL element. We didn't give it a class name, so we're just going to use it straight up like that. So take note, we have this bullet list. This bullet list. We want to remove this. So this is how you do that. You say list style. You say none. And check it. They are all out now. Okay. So what do we do next? Let's go and give our. So what we do next is let's go to Material UI and take all the icons we'll need. So what you do here, you just say mui.com. Let's click this. Okay. So before we can use this, we need to install. Material UI. This is it here. Click on it. You click on it. So you see here you have npm install material UI / material / this. Let's install this. Copy that. Let's go and install it. So just come here and paste it. So click on enter. So these are packages you use for your application. Now I want to use an icon. So you have to install all those packages before you can make use of the icon. So let's go and get what the other thing we need. We need let's just click on get started and see. Okay, let's go to installation. Okay, see, we need SVG icon. See it here. Okay, okay, this is it. Icons. This is what we want to use, icons. So you have to install this. So let's copy it and go and install it. So those are the basic two packages you need. You can start using icons that you like for Material UI. The packages, when you install a package, okay, our package has been installed. So this is where you go and check your packages. Package.json file. You go down, you see it here, dependencies, see what you have installed. React DOM. So now let's go back to Material UI and click on, we type icons. Okay, what we need here first of all is dashboard. We need this dashboard. So let's just click on it, and this is what you need. You copy it, you click on it to copy, go back to your application, to your VS Code, write in our sidebar.jsx, you import it there, Ctrl V. So you need this component, Ctrl C. So just above let's paste it just above the span of the text of dashboard. You paste it there, Ctrl V. Okay, so we give it a class name of icon. Autocomplete is not. Why are you delaying me? Class name of icon. Okay, so let's check. Okay, you can see it here. This is our logo. Yeah, this is it. So we are going to get all, we are going to change all these names and get the relevant icons we need. Okay, see it here. So I'm going to pause this video, get all my relevant icons so that this video won't be too long. Okay guys, you can see right now I've imported all the icons I need, and right inside the UL in each li we have the dashboard and the span. I've brought in all the icons and I give them a class name of icon, and I specified what they are with the text in the span. So let's go to the browser and see what it looks like now. Yeah, this is it. This is it. So let's go and start doing our styling. So just take note of the structure of our elements. Inside the UL we have our LIs, and inside the LIs we have our icon and our span. So let's go to our CSS. So now we are going to inside our, okay, this place we are going to put in list down on margin 0, padding 0. Okay, that's it. Let's see it now. We've removed all the margin, so we are going to give a padding from left in all the li. So let's just come in here. So we say margin from the left, just say li, which is inside the UL. We say margin left, let's give it 10px. Okay, it has moved from the left 10px. Okay, so we're going to say display flex, because we want to remember we have the icons and the span inside the li, so we are going to use flexbox to give it display flex. Now say align items center. See, now they are well aligned. So we are going to give it a padding of 10px. See, now they are all spaced out. Okay, so we're gonna, this is how you on over, when we over on the li, I want to give it a background color of teal, but it's going to be light. So this is how you do it. You said you use this and over and over. So when we over it, we give it a background color of Rebecca purple, but we are going to make it opaque. Give it some opacity. See it and over. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah. So what we do now is that we are going to our sidebar and we are going to create a border by this right here to divide the screen, to divide it from the home component. So let's just go over to our border, our sidebar. We say border right, border right, we say 0.5px, solid, light gray. So you see it, this is it. But it's going to take only this length. It's going to take only this length. So what we are going to do is that we are going to give it a minimum height of 100 VH, that is view height. Let's see what's going to happen now. So say mean height 100 VH. You see it, that's taking the full length of our browser width. So we are also going to give this admin logo a border bottom. So that will be, what I'm going to do is going to be in the HR. So let's go to our HTML, our sidebar HTML. So we have our top div. So in between the top and the center, we are going to create an HR here. Yeah. Okay. Let me remove this background color first so you see what I'm doing. Background color. Let me comment. This is how you comment out a line in CSS. You use the slash and star. Then at the end, you use star and slash. Comment out only that line. Okay, see it here. Okay, that's because we removed the background, so we cannot see. You know, our font is white. So let me give that font. Rather, let me change the font to the logo to Rebecca instead of white. Let me make it Rebecca purple. Okay, that is it. So let's reduce this our HR here. So the HR is inside our sidebar. Take note. So I'll say HR. I'll give it height of 0. Height of 0. And I'll give it border of 0.5 px solid light gray. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, so let's make it a little bit faint. I think it's too thick. Let's make it a little bit faint. So we'll give it an reduce the opacity. Oh no, rather instead we do this. Let's see now. Okay, it's more faint now. Yeah. So when we hover, we have this. So let's give our items here title. Main list useful. So let's go to our HTML. So above this li, give a p tag. Let's say p.title. Okay, we say main. So I'm going to do this in about. So I'm going to do this in a couple of places. 1, 2, 3. Above this airline, paste it here. So we'll call this one the list. And above, come here. Over here. Call this one account. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, this they are here. Okay, so uh, let's go to our styling now. So inside our li, remember it's in our ul, rather it's in our ul. I'm gonna give our title dot title. So we're going, let's try text align center and see. Okay, that aligns to the center, but I don't want to have them placed like that. Let's just do a margin right of 10 px, margin left of 10 px. Left of 10 px. Let's check it out. Okay, that looks okay. So just see what we're going to do now. We're going to say margin top, margin top 15 px, and margin bottom 5 px. Let's see how it looks like now. Okay, that looks more better. So we are going to give it a font weight of bold. And a font size of 20 px, or let's say font size of 18 px. Font size of, no, let's say font size 15 px. Okay. Let's make it 18. Let's see how that looks like. Font size 18 px. And let's give it a color of let's see, gray. Okay, it's looking nice. Okay, so what we have left to style now is our bottom. That's where we are going to just do two buttons, which will help us. Let's first of all go to our index.html. We give it a class of button. So okay, so nothing is going to be inside. I'm just going to style it. So inside our sidebar, we do give it padding of 10 px or 15 px. Okay, so let's just write something inside of it. let's just do a div. Let's do a div with the class name of um setter. Let's do a div with the class name of settings. Okay, so we now go inside the bottom, the CSS. This is even wrong. I meant to say here bottom. We have to do this. Bottom. Let's say padding 15 px. Padding 15 px. Give it inside of it we have settings. Dot settings. We give it a height of 20 px. Height of 20 px. Width of 20 px. Background. Okay, what we do first, let's duplicate because we're going to have like three. I'm going to have like three. I'm going to have like three of it. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna give a border 1 p border, say 1 px solid gray. Okay, then we give it a border radius of 10 px. Of 10 px. Okay, then to differentiate them, let's to differentiate them, there's also a style called, we have three div with the class name of settings, so we are going to start each of them separately, and the way you do that is you just look at me closely. You do this and end child for the first child. We are going to give it a background color of black. This is supposed to be this column, not semicolon. So we give it a background color, of black. Let's check it out. Okay, this is it here. Yeah, so what we now do is that on the bottom we are going to do a display flex. Then we give each of them a margin of 10 px. And the cursor of pointer. Let's check it out. Okay, you can see it. Let's reduce it to 5 px. They are too far apart. Okay, this is better. So we give the next one white smoke. We'll duplicate this. Ctrl V. Okay, this time it will be number 2, the second child. Give it a background color of white smoke. That'll be child 2. Then child 3. We give this one a background color of gray. Let's just say gray. Yeah, simple as that. So we are actually done. We're actually done with our sidebar. So let's go and style our nav bar.